Imagine this: you walk into a bank, confident, ready to get approved for a loan, maybe even your dream car or a new credit card, and within seconds, you're rejected. No warning, no explanation that makes sense in that moment. Just a quiet "your credit score doesn't meet our requirements." Now, here's the scary part. Most people don't even know this is coming until it's already too late. Your credit score is silently being tracked, updated, and judged behind the scenes every single day. And whether you realize it or not, it's influencing some of the biggest financial decisions of your life. It can decide how much interest you pay, whether you get approved instantly or denied on the spot, and in some cases, even whether you qualify for certain jobs or rental agreements. And yet, millions of people only check their credit score once in a while. Or worse, never check it at all. That's like driving a car at full speed with no dashboard, no fuel gauge, and no warning lights. You don't realize something's wrong until you're already stuck. But here's the good news. Today, you don't need to rely on banks or guesswork anymore. There are powerful apps right on your phone that can show you your credit score in real time, alert you instantly if something changes, and even guide you on how to improve it step by step. The problem is not all of these apps are created equal. Some give you accurate, real insights that can actually help you build your financial future, while others are filled with misleading scores, unnecessary upsells, or features that don't really matter. So if you've ever wondered which app you should trust, which ones are actually worth your time, and how you can monitor your credit score without paying a single dollar, you're in the right place. In this video, we are going to break it all down in the simplest way possible. I'll show you the best apps you can start using today, what makes each one different, and more importantly, how to choose the right one based on your situation, so you're not just checking your score, you're actually improving it. Because at the end of the day, your credit score is more than just a number on a screen. It's your financial reputation, and once you learn how to track it the right way, you put yourself back in control instead of leaving your future up to chance. When it comes to choosing the right credit monitoring app, most people make the mistake of just downloading the first app they see and trusting whatever number shows up on the screen. But that's not how smart financial decisions are made. If you really want to stay in control of your credit score, you need to understand what actually makes an app worth using. The first thing you need to look at is whether the app is free or paid. Because while there are plenty of free apps that offer incredible value, some paid apps go deeper and give you more detailed insights. But that doesn't always mean they are necessary for everyone. The second factor is accuracy. And this is where things get interesting because not all credit scores are the same. Some apps show you a VantageScore, which is helpful for general tracking, while others give you your FICO score, which is what most lenders actually use. So knowing the difference can save you from confusion later. Then comes real-time alerts, which are extremely important because your credit score can change without you even realizing it, whether it's due to a missed payment, a new inquiry, or even potential fraud. And a good app should notify you instantly so you can take action. Security is another major factor because you're dealing with sensitive financial data, so the app you choose should have strong encryption and a solid reputation. And finally, the extra features, things like credit improvement tips, spending insights, and identity theft protection. These can make a big difference, especially if you're actively trying to build or repair your credit. So, before you download any app, think of it this way. You're not just choosing an app, you're choosing a financial tool that could impact your future. And making the right choice here sets the foundation for everything that comes next. Now, let's talk about some of the best free apps you can start using right away. Because honestly, you don't need to spend money to keep an eye on your credit score if you know where to look. One of the most popular options out there is Credit Karma, and there's a reason millions of people trust it. It gives you free access to your credit scores, updates them regularly, and even shows you your full credit report, which is something many people never take the time to review. What makes it powerful is how it breaks everything down into simple insights. So instead of just showing you a number, it actually explains what's affecting your score and how you can improve it. Then you have Experian, which stands out because it gives you access to your FICO score, the one most lenders care about, and that alone makes it incredibly valuable. It also offers real-time alerts and identity monitoring, which adds another layer of security. Another great option is Credit Sesame, which provides daily updates and even includes identity theft insurance, which is something you don't usually get for free. But here's the thing you need to understand. While all these apps are free, they still make money through recommendations, like suggesting credit cards or loans, so you have to use them wisely. Don't just blindly follow every suggestion. Instead, use these apps as tools to stay informed, track your progress, and make better decisions over time. Because when used correctly, they can be just as powerful as paid services. Now, if you're someone who wants to go beyond basic tracking and really dive deep into your credit profile, then premium apps might be worth considering, but only if you actually need those extra features. One of the most well-known options here is myFICO, and what makes it stand out is that it gives you access to multiple versions of your FICO score, not just one. This is important because different lenders use different versions depending on what you're applying for, whether it's a mortgage, a car loan, or a credit card. So having that level of detail can give you a serious advantage. It also provides in-depth analysis and simulations, showing you how certain actions could impact your score before you even take them. Then there's Identity Force, which focuses heavily on security and identity theft protection. This is especially useful if you're worried about fraud or if you've ever had your personal information compromised in the past. It monitors your data across multiple channels and alerts you instantly if something suspicious happens. But here's the truth, most people won't tell you not. Everyone needs a premium app. If your credit is relatively stable and you're just trying to keep track of it, a free app is more than enough. Premium apps make sense when you're dealing with complex financial decisions or when you want that extra layer of protection and insight. So think carefully before you pay for features you might not even use. At this point, you might be wondering, okay, but which app is actually the best for me? And the answer depends entirely on your situation. If you're just starting out and you've never really tracked your credit before, something simple like Credit Karma is a great place to begin because it's easy to use and gives you a clear overview without overwhelming you. If your main goal is accuracy and you want to see the score that lenders are most likely using, then Experian is probably the better choice. For people who are more serious about optimizing their credit, especially if you're planning a big financial move like buying a house, myFICO gives you the detailed insights you need to make smarter decisions. And if your biggest concern is protecting your identity and making sure no one is misusing your information, then Identity Force offers that extra layer of security. The key here is not to chase the best app, but to choose the right app for your needs, because what works perfectly for one person might be completely unnecessary for someone else. Think about your goals, your current credit situation, and how actively you want to manage it. And then pick the app that aligns with that, because that's how you get real value instead of just more information. Finally, let's talk about some of the biggest mistakes people make when using credit monitoring apps, because even the best tools won't help you if you're using them the wrong way. One common mistake is checking too many apps at once and getting confused by different scores. Because, as we mentioned earlier, not all scores are calculated the same way. So instead of clarity, you end up with unnecessary stress. Another mistake is ignoring alerts, which completely defeats the purpose of having a monitoring app in the first place. If your app notifies you about a sudden drop or a suspicious activity and you don't take action, you're basically leaving your financial health at risk. Then there's the confusion between FICO and VantageScore, which leads people to think their score is higher or lower than it actually is when it matters most. And perhaps the biggest mistake of all is relying on the app without changing your behavior, because no app can fix your credit for you. It can guide you, inform you, and alert you, but at the end of the day, your habits like paying bills on time, keeping your credit utilization low, and avoiding unnecessary debt are what truly make the difference. So use these apps as tools, not crutches, and remember that real financial progress comes from consistent, smart decisions over time, not just watching a number go up and down on your screen. And here's the truth. Most people realize way too late your credit score is either working for you or quietly working against you every single day. It's not just a number sitting in the background. It's a gatekeeper deciding how expensive your life will be. A higher score can save you thousands in interest, open doors to better opportunities, and give you financial freedom, while a neglected score can hold you back without you even understanding why. And the difference between those two outcomes often comes down to something as simple as awareness, knowing where you stand and paying attention before it's too late. That's exactly why using the right credit monitoring app isn't just a smart move. It's a necessary one in today's world. Whether you choose something simple like Credit Karma, go for more accuracy with Experian, or decide to take it seriously with a premium tool like myFICO, what matters most is that you start. Because the moment you start tracking your credit consistently, you shift from being reactive to being in control. And that's where real change begins. So don't wait for a rejection. Don't wait for a mistake to show up on your report. And definitely don't leave something this important to chance. Take control now, stay consistent, and treat your credit score like what it really is, your financial reputation. And if you found this helpful, drop a comment and tell me which app you're going to try first. Hit like if you want more content like this, and subscribe so you don't miss what comes next. Because the smarter you get with your money, the more control you have over your future.